Hello, we are here at Newbold Equestrian Centre with two ponios on the lorry because we are show jumping today. We've got Donut and Maggie. Donut's going to do the Discovery, which is 1 meter, and he's on first, and then I've got Maggie doing the 1 meter and then the 105 second rounds, which means it's a 110 because that makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, got ponies to tack up and then we're going to get going.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. What's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. For I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done. I'ma drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy that you don't let. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? If I had an option to be someone else, I would, and let go of you. I know that I'm obvious, yet I'm made this way. But why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. For I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done in my drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy that you don't let. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? The only one that's left in the rain. The only one that's left in the Am I the only one? 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 Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy that you don't let. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain?
Hello, so you're getting to see our whole warm-up routine here because my lovely friend Amy came along, met us at Newbold, and I handed her the camera and she started filming, which is amazing. Huge thank you to Amy for doing that for us. So you can see Donut's actually jumping really well and he's coming on quite a lot. I'm trying to keep building on this. I know show jumping is our weakest phase, but he's definitely improving and I'm definitely learning how I can help him better. So I warmed him up initially and then I think I was second in, so I was just waiting until I could do a course walk. Mom held on to Donut while I just nipped in, figured out where I'm supposed to be going. You can see me there going, well, there's the first fence. it must be around here somewhere. And then I'm like, oh, this one. This is the first fence. And then I nip round, walk the course, they just pop it up. What I've noticed with BS is you don't tend to have the same course. They change it regularly. So I'm just trying to think. I've been to several, and I'm pretty sure every BS I've done, I've jumped like 2 different courses, which is really good because you still got the same lines. They might be in a different direction or something, but it's really challenging us. There's always 2 doubles, there's always 12 fences, so you really get your money's worth. And I'm actually really enjoying doing it, and I'm hoping by 2026 I'll be a bit better at show jumping. You never know. So anyway, once I'd walked the course, hopped back on Donut, and then just gave him a further little work in, and then was getting ready to go in for our round. I'm only jumping 1 round at a time at the minute with Donny, because it's just as we build his fitness up. This is the 3rd time I'd taken him out to jump just the 1 round. I am finding him incredibly spooky in indoor arenas. Incredibly spooky, but he's never really done jumping indoors, and actually he was better in this sort of semi-indoor arena. It's like an arena where they've put a roof on it. He's better in this than in your normal sort of indoor arena where there's walls all around. He finds that really spooky. But again, by even the next few outings, I'm hoping he'll just sort of settle in a little bit more for it. He's come a long way. When I first got him, he was quite horse shy. So riding him in an arena with other horses coming towards him and stuff, that used to stress him out. Whereas you can see just how chilled he is about life. I always like to finish off before I go in with quite a square oxus, so that he's quite careful in front, because you can know that he can be quite loose with his front legs. And he was great. I was really pleased with him, and he was really relaxed. I'm just trying to find that balance of having him relaxed but also like going and doing the job enough. Something I'm finding super challenging about jumping indoors is finding where to walk without going through any start thingies and giving them a good canter and getting them going. But I'm going to get better at that, but it is definitely something challenging. Look at Donut spooking. He went very spooky during this round, and I definitely made mistakes. He definitely made mistakes, but it's all good practice. So first mistake here, I thought he'd make up the distance, and we chipped in, which then made me get left behind during that double. But he was really good because I didn't know if he'd sort of take on the one strike. So the distances are proper. You have to sort of be riding forwards, but he did. And I definitely I need to improve the canter, which Donny's got a lesson with Simon coming up, so you can see how we get on with that when I release that video. But yeah, I need to improve the canter. He was also really goofy over smaller fences, but I don't want to make them bigger until I've nailed it at this height, because I can do all the fiddling about all the changes and stuff at this height. He's not going to get worried. I'm not going to put us in a situation we can't get out of, because like a meter 5 really isn't an issue for Nut, and I just want to get this right. So we had the pole down on the way out of the first double and the one on the way in, and that looked like a really unlucky one. Actually, he jumped out of it really nicely, and actually overall not a bad round at all. Just still working on it and working on improving, but I was pleased with him. And then here I have for you the same round from a different angle, because I was lucky enough to have both Mum and Amy there to be able to film. So I find it really interesting just seeing the differences from the different viewpoints, and yeah, it's just helpful for me to watch the rounds back. I hope you find it interesting too.
I wanted to know what it's like to drive down Sunset Boulevard with you. And I just want to take one more bite of everything and every avenue. Like cold drinks, summer night. Let's get a little too drunk. Are you down? 'Cause I just got to know. Take a look at all the shows shining lights. Nothing beats that view. Will you meet me on the floor tonight? And it's California. I couldn't have warned you, baby. Ooh, yeah, this place just makes you, kinda makes you want to. Yeah, it makes you want to. I just wanna take one more sip. Drink it and I just can't get enough. Like the sun always crashing in, and the way you look at me. Yeah, I think I'm falling in love.
Super quick changeover, and it was time to get Maggie ready and warmed up to go because she was also jumping in the Discovery class. So I'd already tacked her up, if you noticed, on the time lapse. So I taxed her up when we got there and popped her back on the lorry. So then I was just giving her a bit of a work in. Mum was getting the fences down because I don't think we had very much time at all. The great thing with Maggie is if I do sort of the work I want to do in my warm-up the night before, she actually comes out partially warmed up. I know that sounds really strange, but she just remembers what we've been working on and is much improved for it. So what I'm working on with Maggie at the minute is getting her off the leg. So both the boys are really hot and quite fizzy types, and even though Maggie's quite sharp, she is not naturally fizzy. She's a bit more cold-blooded, I suppose, which is funny because she's got quite a bit of warm blood in her, but you know, so you have to wind her up a bit. You have to sort of crank everything up a notch and be a bit like, come on, this is fun, let's do this. And I forgot that for a little while. I sort of was trying to ride her a bit too quiet. She is also substantially smaller than the boys. She's about 16 hands, Donut's about 16.3, and then Teddy's 17 something. So she's a good chunk smaller than the boys are. So I have to actually just really adjust how I ride her, really sort of fizz her up, really get her awake and alert, and then she's really jazzy, and it feels like I'm going very fast, but actually because she's littler, we're not actually going that fast. So I've been really focusing in on what I need to do to help Maggie best. And this day I was really happy with my warm-up. I felt like I was finally sort of getting our mojo back, whereas the previous few outings I really felt like I was sort of too much with the handbrake on, not really getting that forward motion. And while I don't want to be galloping her around things, she really does need to be reacting off of my leg, and I think she looks so much better for it. So anyway, let's watch her round.
Sweet talk, sun-kissed skin. Let's just go all in, 'cause I just got to move. Take a look at all the shining lights. Nothing beats that view. Will you meet me on the floor tonight? And it's California. I couldn't have warned you, baby. Ooh, yeah, this place just makes you, kinda makes you want to. Yeah, it makes you want to. It kinda makes you wanna. Wanna be with you now. Wanna see what the sunset looks like. Wanna be with you now. Wanna be with you now. Wanna see what the sunset looks like. Wanna be with you now. 'Cause I just got to move. Take a look at all the shining lights. Nothing beats that view. Will you meet me on the floor tonight? And it's California. I couldn't have warned you, baby. Ooh, yeah, this place just makes you,
Okay, so as I was saying, I was really chuffed with Maggie, and I do feel like we're getting our Mojo back. So you can see the round from this angle as well. I'm riding her more forwards, but I'm not trying to let it all out the front end or get too strung out. And I feel like I'm starting to find that balance with her, which is great. What you may have noticed as I was getting ready to go, when I did my circle, I made a move quite sharply sideways, and that's a method I've been taught by Ros Cantor, actually, to help get them off the leg. You really get them to leg yield, and it's not a dressage leg yield. It is like I put my leg on, you go to the side. And it really does help to sort of jazz Maggie up and get her more off the leg. And what I tend to do is I do sharp sideways, and then I tend to do walk to canter, canter walk, really send the canter on, then walk again, then sideways, then a canter, and just do that. And yeah, it really seems to wake her up and unleash her sparkle a little bit, and you can see it's looking much better for it. So she was actually really good, jumped a lovely double clear, and was third overall, but won the Discovery class. We were fastest in the Discovery. I didn't do any tight turns. That's the next thing on my list to practice. Anyway, we've jumped straight back in, so you didn't see the second warm-up. So this is the National Amateurs 105 second round, but on the schedule, because it's second round, it said it was 110. So that's the bit where I was a bit confused, but I thought it was good because I keep saying I need to jump Maggie around bigger courses, and I've not dared enter a newcomers, which is BS 110, but that means you're jumping a 120 in the second half, and I just need to put my brave girl pants on. So we had a different course, of course, because that's what BS does, and it's really good practice. I was a bit annoyed at myself. You'll see it in a second. I pulled around this corner. I didn't have enough power. I pulled and I made a mistake, which is annoying because after that I pulled my finger out and got the job done and actually rode a lot better. But that's how we learn, isn't it? It's how we learn. It's how we improve, and Maggie is feeling so much better, and yeah, I'm excited. She jumps much better over a larger fence, so I do think I really do need to be entering bigger tracks from now on. So this is my reminder to do that. And yeah, I would be letting you watch it in like real-time sound, but for the fact I noticed this happens at most BS shows, they play chart music as you go around your round, and I would get copyrighted, which is why I'm putting music over everything other than the warm-up and stuff, so sorry about that. Anyway, I'll let you watch the round now. Right then, we are back from show jumping and I am thoroughly chuffed with how that went. Donut went a bit spooky in the ring, but actually jumped relatively well. I've watched the video back. Everything looks way too small for him to meter. But yeah, I definitely feel like I'm improving his warm-up and everything. And Maggie feels so much better. Really improving her way of going now. It's quite a vast difference riding the likes of Teddy compared to Maggie, compared to Donut, so it's just getting to grips with it, and I feel like I'm getting it back together now with Mags, even though I made a mistake in the 105 second round, 110 class, however you call it, but I feel like it was vastly improved. So I'm just going to get Teddy out for a hack before it gets dark. Well, there we are, out hacking on Mr. Teddy Bear. And yeah, I thought I'd continue my debrief because it's getting dark already. It's only just gone 6 o'clock. Really chuffed with them. I think Daddy's coming on leaps and bounds. He's just not used to going in an indoor arena. So he'll get better with that with time and less spooky with that. But I think he probably needs to do a bigger class as well. I think maybe do a couple of rounds where I take him for 2 rounds rather than just the one, so he gets more chance to get used to the indoor. And then Maggie, I feel like I'm finally getting my mojo back with her. She's very different from the boys. The boys I have to sort of ride steady and calming them because they're very hot, and not that she isn't hot, but she's actually a bit cold-blooded to get up and running as such, and they're also much more long-legged than she is, so what feels fast on her, it does not look fast on the video. But yeah, I feel like I've nailed down my warm-up a little bit better. She's just starting the field. Wait, which way can you see her? Hey, pretty lady. She's having a graze. And yeah, overall much improved. I had a rail down in the first rounds of the 105 second rounds, so that means that even though I came 8th because I was the fastest clear and there was only fastest 4 faults and there was only 7 clears, and it was 8 to qualify, you had to go clear in the first round in order to qualify. So I didn't, just had to swap arms because my right arm was getting tired, Mr. Ted being a good boy. And yeah, but it wasn't a big deal about not qualifying because the championships is in winter. I don't know if I'm equipped to do a stairway in winter, to be quite honest, guys. I think it'll be cold. We eventers only do it in spring, autumn and summer, so yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know, apparently it's nice, and who knows, I might go and try and get my double clears, because I think you can do 5 double clears at 105 and still qualify just directly doing that, and I think we've got 3 already because she's gone double clear every time she's done a 105. I'll have to check that, but yeah, it's not like that we're that far away. If there are more options, if I really want to go, because apparently it's a nice show at Aintree. But it was more just about going out and jumping and going and seeing what she thought to a bigger course, because she doesn't really jump over 90 in a metre. She puts a lot more effort in, and that was supposed to be 110, it said on the schedule, so I definitely think she jumped bigger. I did notice that they still put it up for the newcomers, which is like the normal 110 class, but it can be 120 in a jump off. Still getting my head around this whole show jumping park. But by the same token, I looked at that and I thought, yeah, Maggie would jump around that perfectly happy. So I think I will start entering the bigger classes with her. Aim to get my Discovery double clears. I got my first one today, which means that if I get 4 of those, I can do the second rounds next year, because that apparently ends up quite large at the championships, so worth trying to aim for that. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it, to be honest. I've been struggling to find my mojo with show jumping, but this is my 3rd weekend out show jumping on the trot. Really enjoyed that one. The correlation in that, the last one I really enjoyed was when I went to Pickering and did the Bronze League qualifier. The correlation is jumping a bigger track, so I just need to put my big girl pants on and go and enter those bigger tracks, and then I think Teddy can join in occasionally and go show jumping too. He's a very brave boy out hacking, aren't you, Teddy Bear? Anyway, talk to your ear off now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you soon. Bye.